Hello, everyone. My name is Shaina. I'm the new youth and schools worker at the Shed. I'm also the Canadian that's come all the way across the ocean to be here. Some people might wonder why, and so I thought I'd give you a bit of a little blurb about me, and then also I want to encourage you guys as a church as well. So, in 2018, in April, I came with Jeff and Wes on the BSSM Bethel trip here and had a fantastic time. We spent a week on the mainland and then we spent a week here in Stornoway, just helping and serving you guys here in the community. And what I noticed between the different churches of the mainlands and coming here was that churches on the mainlands, no discredit to them, but there was almost like a dryness to them. Like people just came to church just to go, but they didn't necessarily go to church to experience God or have a hunger for God. But when I came to Stornoway, I was shook. Like, I have never been part of a church or been part of a service where someone has been so hungry for God that they don't even care what's going on around them, that they're going to push for it and they're going to go after it. Even at BSSM, like, we all were going in the same direction, but just the hunger that this church has is amazing. And I remember the first service, and I was just, I I was almost actually ashamed of myself because I had come to a point in my life where I thought if I was to die today, I would be content with my relationship with God. And I know that's not the way that's supposed to be, that you're supposed to be more hungry for God the more you get into God's word, the more your relationship with God grows. And so when I got here and I just saw all of these people just pushing after God and basically just having a hunger that was so internal in them that I literally sat in your church and I just wept with the shame of Shaina, like, and just to clarify, not a bad shame, but almost um, like a shame of, wow, like I didn't realize that I was not in a good place. So maybe shame isn't the right word, but it was just basically a moment of I need to be here because there's something happening in this church. There's something that is growing here that is just going to become so much bigger than anything else I've experienced. And even just knowing that here was the place where the last British revival happened, where it was a revival of singing, it was a revival of joy, it was a revival where people were just wrecked. And I was wrecked by your church and just the hunger. Again, I'm kind of repeating myself, but it affected me so much that in that moment of weeping and being, I need to be hungrier for God because these people here are showing me what that looks like, that I need to be here. Um, and so fast forward to 2 years later, I'm here now. And I'm super excited. And even just in the moments where it seems like COVID's kind of taken away that collectiveness or that community, there's still such a sense within this church that you guys are so connected still, that even being someone who's from the outside coming in, like I've been blessed so much by this church already in just the 2 months I've been here. Even before I got here, I was in touch with Tommy and Kathleen and Claire McLeod, and Matthew as well, and just the way that they've blessed me just shows the heart that you guys have for people and for community, and just everyone around you. And so coming here, I was like, wow, I thought Canadians had great hospitality. You guys are fantastic. But coming to the church and even just being in the prayer meetings, going back to that sense of hunger, there's still, it's almost like a feeling of something's just going to not necessarily be birthed, but just explode. Like there's so much hunger, there's so much passion, there's so much push for being um, in God's circle and being in His will and in His direction, that there's almost like this anticipation buildup that's occurring. And I felt it when I was here 2 years ago. I felt it the first Sunday, or not the first Sunday, sorry, the first Wednesday I went to a prayer meeting. And I just literally, again, I just sat there and it's like, wow, there is something here. There's a deep well that's being dug into and being having stuff pulled up from that. At first it might feel like these little trickles of things that are happening, and moments of like, oh right, we're in a pandemic, but wait, this amazing thing happened, or oh, this situation with my family, but wait, that amazing thing has happened. um, and it starts with those little trickles. But if you've ever kind of dug a hole or dug a stream, you get the little trickles, and then all of a sudden you just get this giant gush of water and stuff. And so I feel like that's what's going to happen with this church, is that there's going to be just a massive gush of blessing and pouring out, and within the church, but also out into the community as well too, because having those moments of being connected as a church, it cooks you, or it grows you, so that all of a sudden when you go out into the community, it affects them. And so I feel like Stornoway itself, because of how you guys at Martin's just encourage people, love people, chase after God, something's going to happen. Something big is going to happen. And so I just want to encourage you guys to keep pushing in, keep going deeper, keep pressing after God, keep running after God, even in moments when maybe it's hard to get to church on Wednesday nights because either you're not comfortable with going out, which is totally fine, or you've got work and so you can't. But even just in moments in your own house of like, God, like, I can't go out today, but I'm going to take these 5 minutes. I'm just going to push in and pray and worship with you. Even that, collectively, there's a spirit to spirit bonding within this church. And it's just going to push something bigger and deeper. And so, yeah, I just want to encourage you guys that as a foreigner coming into this place, there is something here. There is something incredible that Tommy, Kenny, and Brian are pastoring through with you guys, shepherding you through. But it's also a collective church thing where the community, the church community itself within Martin's, you guys have to run with the pastors with this. Not saying that you have to, but you are. You're running with the pastor. You're following their lead. You're like, you know what? They're going somewhere that's amazing, so I want to follow. And yeah, so just again, I just want to encourage you that with that, and say that I am so happy to be here. I love working in the shed. I love participating on Wednesday nights and just being in that cloud of collectiveness of, we're gonna chase after you, God, no matter what it looks like, no matter that we have to wear masks, no matter that we can't sing. I'm still gonna worship you because you are God. And even in the moments when it's hard, you are still God. And even in the pandemic, you are still God. Um, and yeah, I just wish you all the best as well. And I can't wait to eventually meet you all and just get to know everybody better and explore this fantastic place. I love it here. God bless you guys.